Hey crafters, welcome into guyscrafttoo. My name is John. Sorry, I have no idea why my mic chose to be muted, but it did. So hopefully y'all can hear me now. It looks like it's working over here. So we have had just all kinds of craziness going on. So it still says no sound, no sound. Hopefully the sound is now starting to come through. Let me see, because I can't hear on. There it is. All right. So hopefully caught up. I have no idea. We have been working diligently the last 2 days trying to get everything set up and going in the studio, and we are making some pretty good progress. And it has been just beyond me, let me tell you. So today we'll zoom around a little bit and hit some different cameras in that. It has been an amazing weekend weather-wise here. It's 91 degrees in Phoenix today, and we're supposed to hit 110 by the middle of the week. And I can tell you guys, I am not ready to pay our utility bills this early. It's just crazy. And but we'll see. But thanks for joining us this afternoon. If you're new to the channel, thanks for being here. And let's jump into the chat. You all really started chatting early today. There's Catman Carl. Welcome in, Carl. Thanks for being on this afternoon. Joydy's here. Hey, Joydy. Thanks for joining. Hey, Landa. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. Who else? Nikki. Nikki is here. Hey, welcome in, Nikki. Yeah. Catman Carl. Carl says happy as a cat in a box. Y'all are just killing me. Let's see. Oh my God, Carl says he's got 10 cats. I just cannot imagine. I have never had cats, so I can't say that I don't like cats. I don't understand cats compared to dogs because I've always had dogs. I will tell you the cat hair would just drive me nuts. We have always had non-shedding animals, so I just can't imagine having one that sheds. Um, we had hoped to have um, there, let me turn that off. So part of what we had hoped to have set up on the screen was that viewer comments would pop up on the screen. They're not doing that, so I just turned that off. I am learning so much about this new software, guys, let me tell you. Carl says, all indoor, lots of scooping. Yes, my niece, who has become a cat mom, just bought the $800 whatever robotic cat, so it self scoops and does. Number one, she paid way too much money for it. I can't imagine. She came to visit us over Valentine's weekend, and her phone's going off because it lets her know every time the cat pees or poos. And no, that's way too much animal snooping to me. Hey, Judy, welcome in. Thanks for being here. We have so much to cover. I didn't even bring anything to sew because there's been that much going on today, but we'll figure it out. Hey, Danielle, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for texting me also. You and Russ are both great. Thank you. Who else? Judy, Danielle, Landa. Hey, Katrina, good afternoon. Welcome in. Catman Carl says, who likes black jelly beans? Sorry, guy, not me. I am not a black Carl or a black jelly bean fan. Reminds me of Jake or Liquor. Yeah, my dad loved black jelly beans. Those were his absolute favorite. So we used to pick them out and set them aside. Hey, Mona, welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon. Brendan, welcome in. Mr. Quilter, always good to see you. He's posted a few good videos. We are going to have him on the channel very soon. I know he's already popped over on Danielle. I reached out to him. I owe him some dates so we can get some things coordinated. And we will do that very soon. Who else? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get caught up. Y'all were really chatting this morning. Hey, Brian. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Zazalita is in the house. Hey, Zaza. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. Judy's here. Hey, Judy. Welcome in. Guys, if I missed anyone, it is not on purpose. Hey, Pat, welcome in. Hope things are going well for you. Hope you are getting there. And I need to go to the P.O. box Monday and see if our package arrived. I meant to go Saturday and just things just got way too behind on us, so that didn't happen. Hey, Sewing Wolf, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Who else? All right, I think I'm getting caught up. I don't know if I can ever get caught up. Hey, Raven is here. Welcome in, Raven. No way. My boss gave us a snow day tomorrow. It's hard to think about snow. When it is as hot as it has been in Phoenix. I mean, we have literally set records this year for the heat out on this end. And then, of course, my poor daughter in Virginia, she's like, yeah, I don't even want to hear about it anymore. But just crazy. Landa says 37 snowy here in Denver. Oh my gosh, crazy. Brian goes, but you have the lucky shirt. Yes, I do. So it is all about the Irish, right? Oh, look, 65 in Michigan. That's pretty good. Severe winter warning with snow tonight. Oh my gosh, y'all. So you all are having winter warnings and all that and talking about snow coming in, and we're talking about 110. Originally, last week, they were talking about by Thursday, we would probably set a record at 105. Now they've upped it to 110, which puts us 22 to 27 degrees above normal for us. Just crazy. Hey, Charlotte, welcome in. There's my sweet granny. Welcome in. Thanks for being on this afternoon. All right, I'm trying to scroll through. Ingrid, hey, Ingrid, welcome. Stitcher's here. I did not make my shirt. I do not make clothing. I've been watching the videos on where they're taking the sweatshirts and cutting them up and making patchwork, jackets out of the sweatshirts and that. And I really, really want to give that a try, but I have not yet. Look at Sally. She made it in. Welcome, Sally. Thanks for being here. Who else? Oh, Raven says it's the only boss that has ever given her snow days, but they're extremely rural. And it makes all the difference. I will tell you, the few years that I was a school teacher and that, just having snow days, I tell you what, as a teacher, I needed that as much as the kids did sometimes. But it just gives you such a recharge and such a refresh. And, nowadays, unfortunately, we don't get those days like we used to because most of us can work from home and work remote. So at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, you can stay home and work, but you're going to work all day. It used to be cheater days, right? So I was able to cheat and catch up on things. Death Diablo here. I just finished a quilt pattern called Mango Garden by Tilda. I need a brain relaxer now. I bet you do. I am really anxious to play with that Tilda pattern with the parrots, but that is going to have to wait for a while, I'll tell you. Who else is here? Oh, Brendan says, I thought you had second thoughts after watching me. No, it's just that between my work has just been absolutely crazy and then just everything else going on. But I am sure you did amazing. Hey, Sherry, she said from Green Bay. Hey, welcome in. Jen's here. Hey, Jen, welcome in. 88 here today and tomorrow 45. It's a wonder that not all of us are just crazy sick, right? Just so funny. Back goes John's dressed for the red carpet. Yes, I am. I am ready. So, guys, we have all kinds of fun stuff going on today. So, I have multiple projects I got done. I've got a few things around the studio I want to show you. My niece sent me some really cool things. Let's see if it shows up. Yeah. Look. So, she sent me these stickers. How adorable is this sticker, right? You see, I can zoom this camera in, right? Yes, I can. Look at this. So she sent that to my partner, right? So of course he's the one who gets the pot of gold. I'm the one that needs the pot of gold. And then she sent me this one. So look at these little mice. How adorable are they? So I have no idea where we're going to end up with those, but says easy to remove and reapply. These are my wonderful walls. So we'll see. But anyways, for St. Patrick's Day, she sent those over, which was kind of cool. All right, let's zoom back out. let's talk about what's going on. So let's jump around the studio. We have talked and talked and talked about how we are redoing things in the studio. We now have, of the 5 cameras, we have 4 working. As you can see, we've been playing with everything, so hence we didn't have sound for a few minutes today. That's something I need to check out and make sure that I'm looking at. But as an example, we now have this camera angle, and we are able to look at the AccuQuilt, the design wall. There's poor Barney sitting back there hoping he gets some attention. And there is my Sew and Tell mess from Elizabeth Hartman that I want to get started on. I had said March, it's probably going to be April now, but we will be making some announcements about some additional things going on with the channel very soon. So anyways, you get this look now across the studio. We are able to also, it lets me get up now and walk around, and I can now jump over and iron during the lives, and you all can see that happen, and I can stand and talk about that. And then better yet, I can jump over and do um, the cutting table. And so you all can see the cutting table. I can move around over there and show you that as well. So I'm pretty psyched, pretty excited about the work that he's got done. We have one more camera that he needs to work on, and that camera is going to be over on this side. And that camera is specific for the machine embroidery stuff and for my long arm. So we did finally get the long arm fixed, and so we are so thankful for that. So I have a few things to show you that we got knocked off the long arm, and then a couple of things I got done with machine embroidery. So let's catch back up with Chad. Oh, Katrina says it just started pouring there. I guess the front is now getting here. Oh my gosh. Charlotte says the temperature swings in Texas can be so interesting. Guys, I am not trying to, if I miss some of the chat and that, it's not on purpose. Just know I'm just trying to keep up with everything. It's just crazy. Zaza said Charlotte, 99 degrees is obscene. Try 110. But I did choose to move to the desert, and I like the desert, and I love everything about Phoenix. My poor daughter so badly wants me to get back towards the East Coast in Virginia. I told her I'd probably never end up back in Virginia, but she knows there's a possibility I could be happy like in South Carolina, probably more down towards Florida. But I don't know. I just love everything here. I like my community. I have such amazing neighbors. I have a good job. That job is probably going to last another 7 years, it looks like. But that's a whole nother story. But we'll see. Um, see what else is going on. Oh, Sally goes, I'm glad I'm not in Hawaii. They're having torrential rain and crazy winds. I have not seen any news since I think Thursday. So, which is kind of crazy. Joyce, I did not make my shirt. I would love to learn to I don't know. That's probably a lie. I wish I had the talent like of Adam Sews. I think it's adorable that he whips out a pair of blue jeans for him and his partner, and that he makes outfits that are going out Friday night, so he just makes the whole outfit. I wish I had that ability, but I don't. Barney is a Singer 301, and he has been completely refurbished, redone. He's only been stitched on. Probably about 500 stitches at most. The 301 actually has the slant needle, which still scares me a little bit, but I have played with it. But my buddy Carl in Florida is the one, Cat Carl, is the one that actually redid Barney for me, stripped him down completely. He's got all new oil, grease, gears, all that stuff. So he rebuilt him all the way back up for me. And then, of course, he ended up purple because he's Barney. So, but we have not done a lot. I had actually thought that he might be a machine that I would take to the Quilt Guild, to Quilt Club when we meet in that. But I haven't been going there. I'll be honest, I don't like sewing at our Quilt Club. I don't like our tables. And we sit in straight back chairs that are low. So that's why most of them have props to tilt their machines up in that. And I'm just not into all that. And by the time I work all week to pack everything, to take it, to unload, to set up, to stitch with folks for Saturday. It just seems to be a lot for me, so I have not done that. Oh, she says the red fabric on the ironing board is very pretty. Thank you. It's actually, believe it or not, it is orange. So it is bright orange, but it is interesting how our colors come through. Who else? Let me get caught up again. Hey, Kay, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Katie, always so good to see you. And I appreciate you being here. Katie Craft says, "Oh, how we need snow. It's been snowing in Colorado." Yeah, I can tell you, we have not gotten the winter here that we normally do, which I'm thankful for. But I don't mind that North Arizona gets it, Flagstaff and all that. I love for them to be pounded with snow because that brings water to the valley, all good things, and that's what they get for living up in the northern part of Arizona, right? But even they have not had the snow this year, and in fact, they're talking about the ski lodges and that up there will have to probably close early this year, where a couple of years ago they actually kept the ski lodges open through Memorial Day because it had been so cold and they had so much weather. I love Brendan. He goes, "Wow, so many cameras, like a full TV studio. Where's the hair and makeup chair?" That's that's in the back because you would not want to see this not all done up, believe me. Because you organize your room and we can copy it. The only thing I still owe you all, we will do a tour around here once he gets that camera hopefully working next week. Everything's been networked in that, so that's going to make life much easier for us. What I do owe Brian and Joydy is in the other room is where we keep the Tula vault. And so I have to keep my Tula hid and locked up. And so that will be coming with some pictures in that very soon. So we'll see how that goes. Still owe Mona probably a coffee at some point. We'll get her in now that the house is getting put back together. We could actually have folks in again. Um, Katrina goes, "Boy, Barney brings back lots of memories. Both my kids loved Barney, and now they both deny that they even watched stuff." Yes, my daughter was the same. She absolutely, well, I don't remember if it was my daughter or my son. I think maybe it was my son that was obsessed with Barney and loved Barney and all that. Went over really well. And then crazy, my daughter going into her pre-teens and that, fell in love with SpongeBob. And I was like, I've done a lot. I've done Mr. Rogers. I've done all the Sesame Street. I've done Elmo. I've done Big Bird. I've done, Oscar and all of that. And then y'all have got me on SpongeBob. I never did get SpongeBob. I will say I never watched a whole episode, but at the same time, I grew up with Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Green Jeans. So, who am I to say? Carl says, "I sew on all I sew on now is the 301. I put my Bernina in the cabinet for some time." Yeah, I think I just need to get used to it, right? So I had really, really started working on Hercules. I loved Hercules. That's my Juki 4000 QVP. I ended up breaking apart on that, so it is over at the shop. I ended up taking it over to the store that I bought it from and that I normally take things to, because I forgot about my other friend that actually does do machine maintenance and that. He would have actually met me and picked it up, and I would have probably had it back in a week. Because I took it over to the normal store. They're at least 6 weeks, so I don't know. I'll be lucky to see Hercules back by May. I ended up getting Jake back out, and Jake is what I've been straight stitching on in that. But I've got a lot of things that I want to do around decorative stitches. So there's a lot of decorative stitches that I want to get into, and that's one of the reasons I brought Hercules over and trying to make him my real focus, and that was to start using a lot more. Katie says we had an all-time record warm winter. Yeah, see, we did too here. It was just crazy this year. I mean, we had days that it would get cool, and I don't know that we ever got in the 30s. I know we got in the 40s, but that was in the morning, and by lunchtime we were back in the 70s. So it is interesting to me to see 30-degree swings in a day, or even bigger. Oh, Charlotte says she's going to a 4-day quilt retreat in Rockport, Texas. I hope you have an amazing time. You know, of course, we're doing retreats now. I know Donna by Yang is does her retreats. Danielle's bouncing around. Of course, Stephanie Stitches does some retreats in that. I definitely want to get around to a few more retreats in that because it helps me learn and get to see what others are doing so I can even improve more on what we do and how we put our retreats together. But I don't think there's anything like going to a retreat. I will tell you, the ladies that came to our retreat for New Year's Eve were just absolutely amazing. About half of those are actually coming back for the summer retreat. And today I just got several registrations in from folks that came this past year for the New Year's Eve. They registered and paid today for New Year's Eve this year. So it says a lot when people are coming back. It means a lot to us, but at the same time, it's just such an experience. So I hope you have an amazing time, Charlotte. That is going to be fun for sure. Oh, Katrina says thunder booming. Oh my. No, I don't. As long as I'm in the house, I'm okay with it. Katie goes, I love the vintage. I love the way the vintage sound. Yep, I get that. Zaza says, when she wins the lottery, we'll both go to one. Tell you what, when I win the lottery, we'll give away more spots. We gave away a couple for the last retreat to help us get going, but we will definitely give away many more if John wins the lottery. But John has to win and retire first. Katrina goes, I love thunderstorms at the beach. So when you get back to Charlotte, Charlotte sounds fabulous time. Oh, look at Mona. She's so sweet. She said it would be hard to improve on our retreats. All right, guys, let me show you a couple of things that I got done. So let's switch over to this camera. Yes. So the big one is my Tula that finally was able to get done and off of the long arm. So we don't even want to talk about Grace Company. I have no fondness for Grace Company. And whenever I can talk about them and not be hateful, I will. So I ended up putting a guyscrafttoo label on the back of the quilts. Quilted by John. I knew I wanted to refer that this was Tula. The lathe tool is the AccuQuilt pattern that was used for this one. And of course, we just did it February of 26. I'm going to move my chair out of the way so I don't fall on my head. But I am so, so happy. Oh, well, there's a cord there. So I have to figure out how to deal with that cord in the future. But I'm going to move my drink again because before it's over with, I'm going to spill it. I don't want to spill on this. All right, so this is my Tula quilt that we got done. I am so happy with it, guys. This really just turned out so pretty, and I am so happy with the way the animals came out in this. It was just so awesome. Where are some? You know, like the lion's head, right? This pattern really did let me grab some of the animals so well. Look at the giraffe. Oh, this way maybe. Look how the giraffe shows up in this one, right? I mean, just the way this turned out and grabbed the animals and that just really, really made me happy. I really liked this design that we picked to do the quilting with because it's kind of interesting. Um, I wanted something to have that flow in that. So I am so happy with that. That's actually going to be hanging up over here, but I wanted to show off today and I didn't want to have it hanging because I really wanted to kind of talk about it for a minute. So that is the one that we had put on early February and had to wait 6 weeks, 7 weeks to get to get the pieces in order to fix the machine. But anyways, we got that done. All right, what else did I get done? Oh, this is another AccuQuilt that I had done earlier in the year. And originally, we had actually ran to the store, bought this fabric because we thought I might actually enter this and this pattern in our quilt show. Obviously, that didn't happen this year, but I absolutely love these colors. And what's really cool is if you look at the blue and the purple and the swirl effect. When we picked this design, I knew I wanted something to have that swirl. It almost looks like it matches that fabric. And so that turned out really cool. So I was really, really happy with that. So I was actually able to take both of these over to our AccuQuilt Club yesterday and show off a little bit, because both of these were cut completely by AccuQuilt. Interesting enough, the Tula, I had actually bought that as a kit and bought the pattern. And then when I realized what the pattern was going to take to cut, I was like, that's not happening. Then the other thing that I have finally got done was my machine embroidery that I have been working on forever. And I got my Pride done um, and all put together. And I have been working on this for about probably for a year. I had all the different ones machine embroidered, stitched out, but never had got everything trimmed, framed, sashed, and put together. But that is done and ready to celebrate Pride Month in June, which in Arizona we actually have Pride Month in October because it's so hot here in June. But anyways, I did get that one done as well. So again, very, very happy with that. And then let me get my chair back. And let's see if we can switch cameras back so I don't show you all of my backside today. And I found these on the internet, shopping around. And they're like small garden flags, but they're made for the tabletop, right? So these are only 7 inches by 11 inches, but I just thought these were super, super adorable. So I made this one, learned a lot by making it, right? So I know some changes that I want to make. I plan to make 3 more. I am going to work on that. And then I have already purchased the 4th of July pattern. And then I want to work on Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then probably jump into Valentine's and St. Patrick's. I don't know if I'll do many beyond that, but I think I'm going to put these together and make a complete set. One for me, but actually end up sending them to my daughter, my niece, and my son for Christmas this year. So hopefully starting this early enough. All of this is done in the hoop. It was done really well. And I was really, really happy with how these turned out. So I think that's going to be cute. And again, a nice Christmas gift that we can get done soon. All right, so guys, thanks for the compliments on the quilts. I am so, so happy with how they turned out. It was just amazing. And I really appreciate that. Um, Carl says he goes April 15th to North Georgia at Coosa Mountain Lodge, where Stephanie has her retreats. Oh, look at you. We're going to have to figure out how to get you to a retreat in Arizona. We need to spend some time together. I finally did get to meet Carl at Stitch in Heaven year plus ago. And Stitch in Heaven does nice retreats. I'm not sure that I want to do a cruise retreat. I enjoy my cruising, and I think I just want to be more lazy than that. I know they do a lot of cruising retreats too, but they have a beautiful, beautiful retreat center. The only thing I didn't like is they had about 50 people at the retreat. So you only get to know about a third of the folks there because it's so big. It's hard to get to know. And I know that's Stitch in Heaven has big retreats, and so does So Yell. Their retreats are pretty large too, but we will see. Danielle says John wins and we all move in with John. No, no, no. No, that's not quite what John said. That was misinterpreted. Brian goes, I don't mind distant thunder, but Big Bang is not fun. All right, who else? That label is nice. Thanks, Brian. Actually, Ray Steves, that is going to do doing our retreat in May, who was on and does the Three Dudes Quilting. He was the one who told me that he started doing that on a lot of his quilts and that. So I'm only putting it on the ones that we're keeping that I know are for me. I'm not putting it on quilts and that will sell. Potentially, we may end up selling a few quilts that have that label just because I thought we were going to keep it, and then all of a sudden I end up selling them, but we'll see. Hey, Judy, thank you all. Like I said, guys, thank you so much for the compliments. I'm so happy with the way all that turned out. So Charlotte, interesting enough, I did not fussy cut. I did not fussy cut that Tula, and so I really lucked out with the lion, with the almost every one, the hippopotamus, all of them on there. There are several that just ended up like picture perfect, and you would have thought that I did fussy cut those, but I did not fussy cut those. And the reason I didn't fussy cut them is because I didn't have the foresight or to even think about it. But then when I was sitting here piecing and sewing them, I was like, oh my gosh, I lucked out. So yeah. And again, part of that's being a new quilter and still learning a lot of things in that. Russ, I'm sure would have told me you need to fussy cut that to make sure you get those. That's why I haven't worked on the owl and some of the other stuff yet with Tula, because I think some of that really does deserve to be fussy cut. But my mind just doesn't function that way yet. Judy says, I'm curious on what part or parts that you had to replace on your long arm. I had to replace both my encoders couple of months ago. I had to replace two of our boards. I had to replace our main motor, the main motor board, and I had to replace the needle board. And Grace was great about helping me diagnose what the problem was, but then they would provide no additional help but to let me know that they had the parts sitting on the shelf and they would not sell those to me. And so I had to go back to the store and get the store to order them. It took a couple of more weeks because, yeah, just ridiculousness, because those are not parts that the stores are ever going to keep in stock in that. So I had to wait for them to go through, for them to order. Yeah. And it's like, really, guys, that makes no sense. So would I ever buy a Grace again? No. If I was fortunate enough to win the lottery, the first thing I would do is get rid of Grace and get a company that is more concerned about their customers. But again, a whole nother story. I don't want to get too ugly. Gorgeous, says Mr. Quilter. Thanks, Brendan. I do appreciate that. I am, like I said, I couldn't be happy, and it was just so happy. I was just so happy to finally get all those done. Susan goes, "Make America Gay Again." I had never heard that one. That is great. I'll be honest. I bought those patterns from like Doobie Doo, I think is the name of the company. It's Doobie Doo Embroidery. Their patterns are like $1, $2 each, but they absolutely stitch out beautiful. I think they're an Australian company, just like Juju. But anyways, they had several LGBT in that because it's sometimes hard to find LGBT, especially something that's large. Those ended up being 9.5-inch blocks. And so, but they stitched out so beautiful, and I was so happy with them. And I just really wanted to do something different because, I've got a lot of rainbow fabrics and all that, but at the time I was just into embroidering and working Herbert over there, and so that's how all that came about. It just took me forever to finally get to them. Sweet Granny, says John, Captain Kangaroo, Mr. Green Jeans. Oh, and Petticoat Junction. We actually just watched the theme song to Petticoat Junction the other day. Interesting enough, I don't know, something came up and we were talking about Green Acres, which then made me find Green Acres theme song on YouTube, and I played that. And then I was like, have you ever heard of Petticoat Junction? Because my partner is a few years younger than me, so he hasn't heard us, hasn't doesn't have the repertoire of old shows that I do, and he had not heard Petticoat Junction. So I played that theme. I love that theme song. And so I love all those old shows. I used to watch, was it Retro TV or something? Back in the day, it was Nick at Night. I had a lot of those shows, and then that went away. And I think there's a couple other channels now that have them. Zaza says she loves a bunny. I do. It just, and it's stitched out so nice. And guys, the fact that it's all in the hoop really made it nice. What I don't like is the way they put the sleeve on the top. I know exactly how I would fix it, but I really tried to follow their instructions to the letter, And so I learned a lot by doing it. But I will say everything stitched out really nice. Everything did go together and worked out just the way it should have. So I cannot complain about that. No, I did not get those from Juju. I love Juju. I love Kiwi Designs. I buy some from OESD. I love Embroidery Library. They're the ones that did the train scene. In fact, I just got back today. I had to go at 11 o'clock this morning, our time, to drop off quilts for the quilt show. So I did re-enter the patriotic quilt that we had done last year. I think we did that during Memorial Day or sometime, but I put that in the quilt show because the quilt show for the Arizona Quilt Guild is next weekend. It is a statewide show. I don't expect to get any type of recognition whatsoever, but Stars and Stripes is their theme this year, and I just felt like that was just so appropriate to put in the show. And it'll be interesting to see what those judges have to say about the quilt compared to what our local quilt guild uh, said the judges that we hired had to say about that quilt. I had no idea. I knew we paid the judges. I knew we had a um, judged show in that. Interesting enough, the other guilds around us, the one that I went to at the Grand, and then Sun City, which I would have thought is probably as big, if not bigger than ours. Both of those do not pay and do not have judged shows. In the Sun City show, if you've seen the replay last week, they had some beautiful quilts. They've got some beautiful quilters in that. And that's where I found the Parrot quilt by Tilda and some of that. But I was really surprised. Danielle says, "Oh, John, come on. Y'all are just crazy." If I win the lottery, what I really want to do is build a retreat center that we can live on site and just do this kind of stuff 24/7. But we'll see. Jen says you have been productive. I have been. I just feel like I've just been waiting to get things done. That's what was so great. Crazy. Nikki goes, I'm cruising in 2 weeks. I'm going with my mom and sister to the Caribbean. You are very, very lucky, Nikki. I am so jealous. I have not been on a cruise since Halloween a year ago. I did go on a cruise on Virgin. I loved Virgin and actually kind of looked at some cruises this year. The problem is we have to burn vacation days for the retreats that we do. Then we have to burn a week's vacation to get to Myrtle Beach to be with the grandkids and that. And I really only get to see them once a year, maybe twice a year. So definitely not giving that opportunity up. And then that only leaves us a handful of days to do other things. So to take yet another week right now just really doesn't work for us. But just crazy. Charlotte goes, John, that's a lucky accident. It was. And, it's funny because it just taught me so much, right? It taught me to really think about my fabrics, be more mindful about the end result and not just cutting and not just piecing, but really thinking about that overall design in that. I did like this design better than what had come in the kit. The kit was going to require a lot of piecing. It was going to require I think 1.5 inch, 2 inch half square triangles in that. I think that would have ruined that fabric. I think it would not have shown off and taken advantage of what that Tula fabric was. And so that's why I stepped away from that and ended up picking a different pattern to do it. I think my pattern was much better, much better choice. But at the end of the day, I wish I had put more foresight and thought into it and definitely will think about that more. We used to talk about, I think when I was doing coaching in management development, we always talk about beginning with the end in mind. So what is the end result? What is the expectation? What are you looking for? And then how do we back in to get to where we want to be? I don't think that way when it comes to quilting because again, it's a lot of this is so new to me and just me trying to catch up and get things going. Mm-mm-mm. Nikki says she's ready to go now. It's snowing there. I bet you are. Hey, Mama Jan, welcome in. Thanks for being on this afternoon. We just did our show and tell. So she got to see those yesterday because she was at she runs our AccuQuilt club. So she was there and got to see everything. Nikki says, I love being at home, but I need the downtime. We all need that, believe me. All right. Oh, Pat had to leave to go nurse herself, so I hope she's doing well. I've been trying to email her and keep up with her. Hey, Bridget, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Who else? Zaza says, I don't think cruises are my cup of tea, but I'll take a Caribbean holiday. I like the fact that you can just disconnect on the cruise. I will say I took a 10-day cruise, and 6, 7 days is my max. 10 days just felt like I was just ready to get off the ship. And we had like 4 ports. So like every other day we ported somewhere. And most of those stops were full day stops and that. So, and we got off the ship those days and that. But I don't know. I was just tired of like being on vacation. It's so much all the time. But I do like because I just don't have to think about anything, right? You don't have to think about what you're paying for or what you're buying, what you're eating. You can just order whatever. We tend to maybe buy the liquor package because John doesn't want to worry about that. I will say Virgin brings a whole different concept to all of that, but it was fine. But I really enjoy the cruising. We will probably, my partner has not been on a cruise. He really wants to do one. I've done about 15, so I've kind of been there, done that. But we will end up doing a couple of cruises, I'm sure, because I do like the way you can just disconnect. But there's so much that we want to see and do, right? There's just, and I do want to spend more time back in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I love going down in that area, but I want to get over to Scotland, England, Ireland, all of that. I want to come see Harry Potter because I know Paramount Pictures and Harry Potter are just dying for me to get over there, and I want to be there. All right, what else? Zaza says, Nikki, come to Scotland. Jack can golf and we can hang out. Look at you. Nikki says Virgin is top notch. I loved Celebrity, but I saw Virgin is even better. But then I saw Richard Branson is on the list, so I just can't. I stick with Celebrity. I've never been on Celebrity. I have been. I was what they used to call a frequent floater, and I was loyal to Royal. So just so happened the very first cruise I went on happened to be on Royal Caribbean. We ended up rebooking another Royal ship and then ended up just booking 1 or 2 a year on Royal because I got all my status. It's kind of like airlines. Once you start with the status, once you get there and all that, it just you kind of end up there. What I do like about Virgin is Virgin has no one on the ship under 21. Virgin doesn't have main dining. They don't have a captain's dinner. They don't have all of that. They have much smaller dining rooms than that, more specialty. I really did enjoy that. It is a beautiful ship. Their shows in that were different compared to my Royal experience. But again, the nice thing is Virgin will match your status on the other. So you're able to, they have an equivalent. So you tell them you're this at Royal and then they match you at what their equivalent level is, which makes it nice. I don't know that I would necessarily hurry to go back on Virgin. Their selection's not near as wide as Royal Caribbean, but I've never been on Celebrity, so I can't speak to Celebrity. But I would like to go on, oh, I just forgot it, Royals next level. So Royal actually has their higher level. Oh, Celebrity. Oh, sorry, guys. My mind went somewhere else. Carnival's what I was thinking you were talking about, but I've heard Celebrity is amazing. And I think at some point I need one more Royal cruise to get me to the Emerald or Diamond or whatever. And I want to do that. So then we would upgrade probably on Celebrity and go with them because I've heard that they are really, really nice. Brendan says, we considered Virgin but left the region before we ever booked. My favorite right now is Osmara. I have not been on any of those because, of course, we've not been overseas, so a lot of them don't come back over here. I know, like Royal sends some of their older ships over to Europe and that, which I think is interesting. Landa says Alaska cruise was awesome. Yes, we actually looked at trying to do Ian's Alaskan cruise. So, I mean, to get to be able to spend a week with Ian, Becca, and Tiffany, I think would be amazing. I hope at some point that I can connect with Tiffany. I hardly got to meet any of the YouTube creators at QuiltCon when it was here last year. I really hope if it comes back to Phoenix in a couple of years that that's different. We'll be able to connect with more creators in that. And I would have loved to have connected with Tiffany since she's over in Lake Havasu. So it would really be nice to connect more with some of the what we would consider local or within our own state, right? Um, and so I know there's a couple of down in Phoenix, and I'd like to do that as well, but we're not there yet. We haven't done that. Hey, Katie, welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon. Oh, see, Brendan says, I think Diamond with Royal hits Elite with Celebrity. Yeah, that's why I think I need one more cruise to hit that big level. And so I think we've talked about doing another Royal just for that reason. So we'll see. So, what else has John been up to? All right, Joey, just so you know, I do have the recipes for the Crunch Wrap Supreme and for the Taco Bell meat that we've been using. We actually, because I date an engineer, these are made to be much bigger recipes. He's actually filtered them down so they serve more to people. I will get pictures of these and get these posted on our YouTube page and our Facebook page. They are recipes. The Taco Bell recipe is from Fab Family Recipes, and Delish is actually the one for the Crunch Wraps itself. I will get both of these posted and make sure that we give proper credit to the creators of those recipes. But I will get those posted because you all have asked for those, and he just got those done today and updated to me while he was making Crunch Wraps again. So we've had Crunch Wraps now the last 3 weeks, but now we're basically out of the burritos and all of that. So we have exhausted all of our need for Crunch Wraps. So he's in there now making apple butter pork loin for dinner tonight. What else did I do? So you may or may not know Burnett, uh, who is the junior of Bernina, did come out with this new sewing embroidery machine. It's called the B79. It is the top of the line of the Burnett series, and it is all Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter. Has It's all in black. It's all emblazoned with Harry Potter. Comes with special Harry Potter files. Comes with four, I think, Harry Potter um, stitching. It's got a lot of things around it for Harry Potter. The last thing I need, as you can see, I've got Barney, I've got Herbert, I've got Jake, I've got machines everywhere. The last thing I need is another sewing machine. But we did go to the dealer yesterday, and I did buy the new Harry Potter machine. Uh, very disappointed because my understanding was the machines are in. We did get to see the machine. We have seen the machine demoed and that. The stores that we shop at and support, they bought a demo model for each of their stores. They have them. They're not actually getting their inventory in until April. So we did buy and pay for the machine yesterday, and now we're in a wait and see to see when that machine's going to arrive. So a little frustrated and a little disappointed. I did see others, a few others posted on Facebook that they had their machines. So I don't know if it's just the way they ordered the machines, if it's the way they're shipping machines, if online retailers got their inventory sooner. I don't know, but all I know is the store that supports us and that we've been able to work with, they didn't get their machines in yet, and I know I should get the first machine when it arrives because I was the first one out of their 3 stores that purchased the machine. So I should be on the top of the list. So I am very anxious to get that home. And when he gets the other camera working, that will be where that camera actually shines. So you'll be able to see us do machine embroidery in that. So that's one of the things I wanted to work on and be able to share as well. What I had thought I would work on tonight is ballerina, but obviously I have sat and chatted and talked so much, I did not get started on that tonight, but that is the plan. All of that pattern is cut and ready to go. So I do plan to start on that, and I do plan to start on the iris quilt, which is the pre-cut pattern that I bought from my fabric addiction. They had some really great prices in that, and so I ended up, if you saw the posting last week, I ended up buying 3 kits from them. They're all pre-cuts in that, but I was really excited about that and what that looked like. And so because of that, I ended up grabbing those. But this iris quilt I think is really cute. It's called Crazy Daisy. It is a intermediate pattern. This one finishes out 59 by 69 inches. It takes 1 jelly roll or 12 fat quarters. And again, it's all pre-cut in that. So I just need to go through and look at it. But I just loved, I mean, guys, look at these colors. So if you're into that mid-century retro and that, I'm trying to figure out which way to go. These colors are just beautiful, right? So I'm kind of excited to get started. And this one actually came with the backing. So it came complete. So again, it finishes out 59 to 69. So I am anxious to start working on that and get that figured out. And we'll see how that goes this week. I did grab a couple of giveaways tonight. So let's see if we can do a couple of giveaways before we end up ending the night. Hey Becky, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Nikki says we were on Celebrity Beyond when my mom and I went to in the ABC Islands. It was a gorgeous ship. The food was amazing. The fruits up as princess. It's 2 times. Yeah. Candace, hey Candace, I don't remember if I've said hi to you tonight or not. And again, guys, if I miss you, please don't take it personal. It's not meant to be personal. Um, so, Candace says they had the machines at the expo yesterday in Atlanta. I can really close to grabbing one as they have several available to take home. But see, I held back. See, it's just killing me. So others are going to have theirs. They're going to be stitching on them. And no, I have to wait. So they told us the machine would be in sometime in April. So to expect about a month's wait. So I think they just chose not to stock the machines, is what it appears to me. But it is what it is, and I can't be mad. Katrina, I do not think it uses partial seams, but I'm not sure. So I have not read through the pattern. I bought it because it was a really great value, and I thought it was going to be really cool. All right, let me jump back over to the other camera. Where are we? See, now I got too much going on. I don't even know what camera I'm on. So I was going to say, great, good job, Candace. Great self-control. I see that. Jody says she takes it personal when I don't say hi to her. I know she does. That's why I always make sure to call out Brian and Jody and Zazalita, and the list just goes on, guys. I so appreciate you jumping in tonight. We are at 5,200 subscribers. I mean, what is up with that? How crazy is that? We have gained a lot of new subscribers in the last week, last couple of weeks. All right, let me go over to Nightbot. Let me enter in a drawing in this week's drawing. Look at that. I even got this working. All right, we are giving away, I grabbed 2 Fabric Cafe patterns, and these are both called Pinwheel. They are single patterns from Fabric Cafe, 3-yard quilts. You need 3 yards of fabric, obviously. You need 3 yards for the back. and twin size batting. I'm trying to see. Oh, 46.5 by 58.5. If you go into the chat, hit exclamation point cafe, C-A-F-E, exclamation point C-A-F-E. That will get you entered into the drawing. We will give away 2 patterns tonight, and we will get ready to hit that top of the hour. It is hard to believe that I have rattled on for an hour tonight. But I appreciate you all jumping in and joining me and being here. I had hoped to jump into Russ's shenanigans today. I didn't get over there. I still need to catch up with Danielle. I did watch Katie the other night for a little bit. It's just been crazy. And trying to get this whole room, this whole studio put together, we are like 95% there. So hopefully this week, next weekend, he'll get that completed. And I know he just wants the check mark and be over it and done as well. But I am so fortunate to have someone that hangs with me and does that. The other thing I did run to this weekend is I found a video the other day on YouTube where they're making Easter baskets out of the dish drying mats. And of course, they bought them from Dollar General. Of course, our Dollar General doesn't have the Easter mats. I went to our Dollar Tree. They don't have any Easter mats. But I did grab a few because I think it would be cool to make some of those baskets and that. I think it'd just be fun. So I grabbed what I thought would be a couple of fun looking ones. That is something I thought maybe I could work on those tonight. But did John get to that? No. Katie says, would love to sew with you, John. Yes, we need to get together, Katie. I so hope that happens. It won't happen this month, maybe mid-April or so. It's just been so crazy with us just trying to do everything and trying to keep up. I can't even get focused enough to get my projects going, right? But we do need to spend time together. It's been a while since we have been together. And I have not, I am trying to get even folks scheduled for my channel and it's not happening. All right, guys, let's grab the first giveaway this evening. If you win, please keep in mind, I need your email address. I do not keep them. If you've been a past winner, I don't have your address anymore. I don't keep those. And my email is scrolling at the bottom of the screen at john@guyscrafttoo.com. And the first winner tonight is Janet. Hey, Janet, congrats. And thank you for being on this afternoon. We will get the pinwheel pattern out for you this week. Won't promise it'll go out tomorrow, but it will go out this week. It is just a single pattern from Fabric Cafe, and they have on here new versions. So I don't know if it's an update or not. Actually, the copyright's 2008, so this pattern has been around, so I don't know what they did or how they changed it. But if you will send me your address, I will get that dropped in the mail to you. Sally goes, I can't get enough focused enough to sew. I know it's just been, obviously I have completed a lot of projects this past week in that, but trying to get new ones, it's just been like a squirrel, right? I just keep seeing other things, and this, if you all could see over here, is just one of many shelf units that are full of projects and that. And I look over and go, oh my gosh, I forgot I had that. Let me grab that and start working on it. It's like, but you've already got these cut and ready to go. All right, let's do the second winner. And the second winner tonight is Sewing Wolf. Hey, congrats. Thank you for being on this afternoon. And again, send me your address and I will get that in the mail to you. So I appreciate you joining us. I appreciate all of what you all do. So guys, we are at the top of the hour. I appreciate you giving me this time this afternoon. I do have an announcement coming out next week of some things that I'm thinking about doing and things I want to change up for the channel. And I hope to have that announcement out before the end of next week. So look for that coming and going, and we'll see how things go. But as always, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving me your time. Please hit that subscribe button and all those crazy things that make the YouTube algorithm happy and help keep our channel growing. And as always, until next time, Happy crafting! Uh-oh, I gotta find the channel.